The Trackmania track of the day, released on April 6, 2023, was called Techies, and it was created by Kelly. Techies is a multi-surface track, with its primary focus being on the dirt surface, but it also has multiple road sections, plastic sections, and sausage sections. The track does have a GPS, which can be seen by driving through the fake finish at the start, and the GPS time is the author medal time. The track does just have a single finish, and it has no speed requirement. The track does have a few speed checks, however they are extremely minor and very easily passable. And as of making this video, no cuts in the track have been found. As for the difficulty of the track, I found it slightly harder than an average track of the day, rating it a 6 out of 10. Moving on to the medal times for the track, they are as followed: a author medal time of 46.203 seconds, a gold medal time of 49 seconds, a silver medal time of 56 seconds, and a bronze medal time of 1 minute and 10 seconds. I found Techies to be a well-made track, with the route being very smooth to drive, and the scenery was excellent as well. Though a couple of areas are a little bit dark, they are still easily manageable. With all these things said, I would rate Techies a ++. For the analysis today, we are using the current top time driven by Shadowcrancer. They had a time of 44.503, and this is 1.473 ahead of my personal best. At the very beginning of the track, something I just completely looked over because I thought a more direct line here would be a little bit better for some reason, but if you do take this outside dirt line to the left, this will gain you about 0.3 compared to what my time was here. And we'll see that they fall behind initially, but then they'll come zooming right past me. For the upcoming jump, you want to be on the left-hand side with a tiny bit of momentum going towards the right, so your car will spin a little bit mid-air, and this will give you a great setup for the upcoming corner. One thing you want to make sure you do after this jump is do a small brake tap. This will prevent your nose of the car from going down, and it'll give you a nice smooth landing, which you really need to get around the corner as well. For the upcoming plastic parts, really the best inside line you can get here. The world record does it a little bit better than I did, so they will get a little bit further ahead. For the upcoming bank turn here, we'll see that I go much lower on this piece than the world record does. I honestly couldn't tell you how much difference this makes, if any. I'd assume that the better player takes a better line, so maybe the upper line is better, but we'll see through the initial part of this dirt section that I really don't lose any ground from after that plastic section. I'll lose a little bit of time though after this because I commit too early to this left-hand turn. I'll hit the bump out to the left here, which will slide me over heavily to the right, and on the upcoming road piece, I will slide a bit as well. This will bring us to another plastic section, which you can see I commit way too early going downward here, while the world record stays more towards the center of it. The difference this will make is apparent here more towards the exit, as I have to turn much harder here towards the left off the plastic to be able to make the upcoming turn, while the world record can take a more straight line approach into that part. And then moving a little bit forward as well, we'll see here I end up a little bit wide to the right, so I'll have to turn back to the left to get around this little piece that's sticking out. And earlier, before that all happened, I actually had to do a small release as well, so all these things combined are going to lose me speed and distance. After you get around this right-hand turn here, make sure you leave towards the left-hand side. This, for one, will reduce the small amount of airtime you would get if you just left straight, and it'll set you up for a better line for the upcoming drift. After the drift is honestly one of the most important parts of the track. Even though it doesn't seem that important, we just have a small right-hand turn here, but throughout this whole right-hand turn, the world record time right now is able to get a no slide, which will give them a pretty significant speed boost throughout the end of the track. If you are not familiar with what a no slide is, you pretty much have to hold a perfect angle here, whether that is through an action key or a smooth steer on a controller. This will pretty much lock your tires in a perfect line. You'll keep basically 100% grip and be able to get a ton of speed. Coming up, we have the second to last part of the track, which is this jump right here. You want to jump as low as possible. However, this low line can be a little bit difficult on the exit. This is because if you are in a low line on the exit, you can very easily clip or just ram into the edge of this upcoming piece. But this is pretty much the last thing on the track here. Just make this jump cleanly and drive straight ahead to the finish. So for the final thoughts today, there's one major thing I want to touch upon, and obviously if you have been watching these videos in the past, today's overview was completely different from what I usually do. Usually I show my personal best lap in that part of the track, however sometimes, and for the most part, the tracks are fairly short, around 40 to 45 seconds, which usually doesn't give me a lot of time to go over all the information I want to go over in a timely fashion, so it does feel a bit rushed, and with this method I use today, I should be able to go over more information and go over it more slowly and clearly while showing visuals of what I am talking about. Like I've always said, I'm always looking to improve aspects of this series, and experimental stuff like in today's video will be introduced every so often. Obviously, this was the first time doing the overview like this, so it will get better with time and practice, but as far as the concept goes, I would love to know how you guys felt about it. So if you liked it a lot or even hated it, I would love to know your opinions on it, so please leave those in the comments. That'll conclude today's video though. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Twitch and Discord, and be sure to check out all the previous track analysis videos already out on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one.